I feel like I need to sing a song from Frozen because it's so cold. Gotta say, it's one of those times when I'm a little happy to have a little bit of extra padding, but not quite enough. Yeah, one of the downsides of losing 40 odd kilos, get a little lot colder. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Goal setting, I'm very passionate about goal setting. I think goals are one of the most bestest things ever we can do. Little goals, big goals, crazy big hairy audacious goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, goals of any kind. I believe in them, and you're going to have a hard time convincing me otherwise. So I wanted to talk about, what do you do with goals during this crazy time? And I have touched on it a little bit before about when we talked about maybe having to reassess some of them or get rid of some of them. So I'll go back onto that a little bit, but then I want to talk about going forward, because this craziness is all starting to end for many of us. In some countries and some places, it's going to go on a lot longer, I say. And there's going to be some aspects of our lives that are going to take a long time to go back to anything looking like it was. I'm not going to use that normal word because I don't think we will ever go back to normal, and who the hell wants to? And I have got some notes, so I will just refer to them. I might even move that a little bit. Does that work if I move that a little bit? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so getting this whole phone camera thing crazy. You'd think I'd have it right after all these days. Speaking of goals, sorry to sidetrack, the whole 365-day thing. Have you noticed that I stuffed up the dates? Somehow they've gotten a bit skew-iffy, but anyway, my spreadsheet isn't the same as the number on here. It doesn't match the days. I know we didn't save a few, but we'll get there. I know I've done them every day. Maybe we'll do a couple of extra. So the rehash on your 2020 goals is just quickly look at them. Are they relevant? Like, if one of your goals was to climb Kilimanjaro, that ain't going to happen this year. So cross it off. The other one is, do you actually still want them? Like, if one of your goals for 2020 was to get a new job, and so far in your workplace you've maybe had to change a little bit in your job and you're really loving it, then get rid of that goal. If you don't really still want the goal, don't have it there as a reminder for what you said was going to happen in 2020. Okay. The third one on the rechecking is the time frame. So a lot of goals, when we set goals, we go, okay, we're going to do it in 2020. We're going to do it by the 31st of October, whatever the date. Because of all the things that have been going on, those time frames may not be relevant. So look, if the goal's still relevant and you still want to do it, look at the time frame. Check whether that's still workable. If it is, great. If not, change it. It's your goal. Do whatever the hell you want with it, okay? And then create the steps to get there. You know that bit. Okay, so now I want you to look at moving forward, okay? I hate that saying, moving forward. Now that we're all going to be moving forward, but there's no other way to say it. This next phase of 2020, let's go with that. So in a perfect world, let's try and remove the chaos around us from this scenario, okay? In a perfect world, when you're able to do what you want to be doing, so I don't know, you might be working at home at the moment, kids have gone back to school in Australia, but you might have lost a job, you might have had to pivot in your business, okay? In a perfect world, when you're able to take all the action that you can, so exercise, for example, if that's one of the things you want to look at, when you're able to get back to the gym, that kind of thing. In a perfect world, who do you want to be when we get back to that level? Like, really think about it. Who do you want to be? Think about what you want to have achieved. So, and they can be really little things. Who you want to be, what you want to have achieved. Tidying the linen cupboard, the pantry, organising all your books in a colour-coded way, like those really cute Pinterest bookshelves, things like that, Those little things that you can achieve without too much hassle while all this is going on, okay? Then I want you to look at, so they're the things you can do right now. Then I want you to actually think about, before you set goals for going forward, I want you to think about who you want to be on the other side of this. Because there's been so much happen that has made so many of us really rethink some of the things that were important to us. Give you an example. A lot of us are not driving as much. So there may be more environmental impact you want to make. A lot of us have slowed down quite a bit. So there may be more connection pieces that you want to add in a slower life with friends, family, neighbors, etc. You may have gone through this and gone, you know what, life is too short to be dealing with dickhead A, B, and C. So you may be rethinking your dream clients, okay? Another one would be, okay, a couple of the movements that have been happening while all this has been going on is the live streaming of local artists, restaurants doing takeaway and pivoting to takeaway or meal delivery packs, or there's so many more things that we can support locally, because a lot of us are going, well, there's not going to be those big open world windows. Maybe it's time to be looking, next door in my backyard for more things that I can do. So I want you, when you're looking at the goals you want to set for the other side of this, and don't put a time frame on them. I know I say put time frames on goals, but don't for these ones, okay? Don't. The ones that you're reassessing to try and keep going in 2020, yeah, keep dates on those, but be flexible in them. But these goals that I want you to look at in terms of who you want to be on the other side of this, no, don't put dates on them. I want them to be things like, it's my goal to buy one meal from a local restaurant every fortnight. No time frame. It's my goal to get public transport 3 times a week instead of once a week to lessen my carbon footprint. So things like that. They're the kind of goals I want you to set for the other side of this, okay? And the other one I want you to look at on that is to go back to your wheel of life, which I did talk about on one of the very, very, very early lives. So you can go to samanthaLeith.com to have a look at that, get the download, etc., and do your wheel of life, because that's a really good way of looking at who you want to be on the other side of this. Because we've all changed. That is the reality. We have all changed. And if you haven't, I don't know, we'll have another conversation. But a lot of our motivations, a lot of how we feel about things have changed during all of this. And I think that's a really, 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 really good thing, okay? So in these new goals that you're setting, again, you can set yourself, some of them might be daily things, some of them might be weekly. So set yourself tasks, put them on your calendar, schedule it in, check it off. Me with my checklists. But don't make these goals more about who you want to be, not achievement-y kind of things. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So reassess your goals for this year. Get rid of the ones that aren't appropriate. Check on the time frame. Put them in your diary to make sure you get stuff done, because apart from things like going to the gym and doing a boxing class, there's not a lot of things that are still completely off the table, okay? There's still things you can do. There's still local artists you can support. There's still people you can buy meals from. There's still the walking you can do. How's your Fitbit? Get a Fitbit online. I just ordered some new sneakers online. My foot's still sore, by the way. Thanks for asking. There you go. They're my tips for how to look at your goals during this chaos COVID time, okay? I hope that's been some help. If it has been some help, or any of my other lives have been a help, don't forget to go to SamanthaLeith.com/365 days to get your invitation to the party. We're going to party all night. Some people that have known me a long time will get that joke. Mwah. Happy Monday night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.